Hey, honey. You can tell we're close to Fort Rucker or Fort Novosel. Oh, shoot. Found a couple of things out here. It's fun to handle. Little electrical box. This is an old, this is a clothes washer plunger.
I'm not sure. Rapid washer.
Missed that one. Little dresser and mirror right there. They should have turned that around. Welcome back to South Georgia Home. My name is Gail. I apologize. The bed is not made up. The sheets are in the dryer. My husband and I went to this estate sale and came home. He left to go to a meeting with his brother and something about business stuff. Anyway, he's gone with him. Leave me here to get this done. As soon as we get through, I'll put the sheets back on the bed. We went to this little estate sale. It was a nice little estate sale, about an hour and 15 minutes away. I know it's a little stretch. Here's a tip. If you have chickens, if you think about getting chickens, it's always a great excuse to say, I need to get chicken feed. That's why I'm going to this estate sale, because it's just a little past there, right? It's about half an hour past where I need to get my chicken feed. So, it kind of works out. If I have to go shopping, then I have to get chicken feed. So it's a great excuse. So my husband went with me. He contributed to this pile. He bought 3 different things, or he put 3 different things in the pile. One of them I can't show you. He found a bag of projectiles of the 20 gauge variety. So I can't show you that, or I'm not going to show you that. And then he bought him some books and something else. So I picked this up. It was part of the footage. I saw it. It's not something I normally pick up, the subject matter of it. It's a little wagon train picture. It was $4. Well, I'll say all of this was in a pile, and we paid one price for the whole pile, and it was a great price, and I'll tell you that at the end. But the little wagon train, it is professionally framed, and I'm guessing it's an old job because you can see that looks like an old stamp to me, really. But I liked the way it looked. Not necessarily the wagon train. That doesn't kind of fit with the house. There's some horses in that picture back there, but I just like the way it looked, matted and all that. So I picked that up. The guy who was actually, he wasn't the one who gave me the price, but he was looking at my pile. He was working there, and he was looking at my pile, and he said, man, I wish I'd have seen that. I got it for my grandson. So that was the first thing I picked up. Let me see if I can get to the other picture. Get all this stuff off of it. I picked this up. Now, I have said in the past, I don't like decorating with a bunch of black and white pictures of people I don't know. I know it's a thing. I know people do it, and it's pretty. But I just like having black and white pictures of family members. If you walk in and they ask, who is this? Oh, it's my grandfather, or it's my grandfather's sister, or my grandfather's father, or, you know, something like that. I just like being able to do that. And I am blessed because not everyone has that opportunity. They may not have those black and white pictures in their family anymore, or they don't have access to them. So I'm blessed that I do have some. Not all that my parents had, but I do have some. Now, the ones that I do have of people that I don't know, they're military related. And usually around the World War II era, during or a little bit after. This is a 1951 squadron photo of an Air Force. I think it's called an honor flight. Let me get that out of the way. It's Flight 1515 Squadron 3744, Honor Flight, July 1951, Shepherd Air Force Base, Wichita Falls, Texas. Jason's grandfather was in the Air Force, and he was in Texas. That's where he met Jason's grandmother, Miss Helen. But I think he said Pop was in Okinawa in 1951, so he probably isn't in this picture. But I liked it. I like the church, the picture of the church and all the men there. It's a nice little picture. I like it. So that will go with a place of honor on our wall in there at some time. Now, the rest of it we'll just go with what we got. This will be for sale. I have sold stuff like this before. She had a bunch of, they just took like drawer dividers or the silverware separators or silverware drawers out of the drawer and just set them on the countertop. And she had a lot of carving knife sets. But this is Sheffield something. I think it's Regency, but it is the Sheffield, England. I think a lot of those came from Sheffield, England. It is the knife and fork, and it's a serrated knife. And you can see it's a Bakelite handle with like a swirly chocolate look. Yeah, like a really dark chocolate milk look. But that will be for sale. And another set. This is actually a little bit nicer. This says Royal Buckingham, I believe, made in Sheffield, England. This is the same set. The Bakelite handles, this one is a little more butterscotchy, as you can see. This one's just a little more dark. But they got the same necks right here. This one looks like, I picked it up and I thought that looks like a really big butter spreader. But it does have a very pencil thin or hair thin blade on this end. Not that it's going to cut a whole lot, but it'll cut something. It'll cut butter. But those will be for sale as well too. Now, let me move those out of the way. I'm here in the bedroom trying to give a different background. At the same time, I have things kind of squished up. There was a bedroom with Christmas stuff. And of course, it's been picked over. But I did find one thing, and I couldn't figure out why it was left behind. I kept looking at it thinking maybe it's cracked or it's repaired. It's not missing that much paint. But it is the set of Christmas letters, Noel. Not Leon, but Noel. There's it's the candle holder. And it would hold like the little birthday candles. So there's the N and the O. And all of them except the N have their little Japan stickers. So it tells me they're at least a little bit old. Here's the E. There's a little candle holder part. And like I said, I don't see a lot of paint missing in the L. So I still haven't been able to find anything wrong with them, so I don't know why they were left behind. Unless somebody knows that they're not as old as I think they are, but I don't know. So that will be for sale as well for around Christmas. This I found in the bathroom. I make a couple of rounds through the house, and little places like this, there wasn't a whole lot in either bathroom, so I didn't go in first. I just kind of looked at it as I drifted by. Second lap through, I did go in, and I found these in the sink. They're 40 watt. They have that big base, the light bulb base. And you can see it's got a picture here of a ceiling fan or a chandelier you could use these in. It's kind of like a pine cone look to it. I thought those were really pretty. Just to use here around the house. We have a chandelier over our table. We also have ceiling fans. So now my husband, like I said, he contributed the bag of projectiles. He also picked up these, and it's called the Columbia Viking Desk Encyclopedia. It's A through K and L through Z. I think it was I've already looked at this a couple of times and I still cannot remember the copyright. 1953. It's a 1953 copyright. So anyway, he picked these up. And he also picked this up. I think I told you a video or two ago. He kind of got into the hall tea leaf or the autumn leaf pattern. His grandmother gave me a couple of pieces years ago. I bring them out around fall. He's bought a piece at an antique store. So this is the 5th piece. Now I've seen this at an antique store with the metal cradle, and I'm sure it's in great condition, but it's $75, marked at $75. And I am not too proud to say that it's just too expensive for me. So we found this one. It has been used. It does have some metal markings and some staining, but it was only marked at 10, but again, we had a whole pile that you can see. Try not to drop it because my husband will have a fit. But there's the sign. And it has been used well. You can see around the inside there, and all the metal markings on the lid. But hopefully we'll get those cleaned up, and that will go in with the fall decoration stuff. This I found, they had several bags of silverware, and I looked at them one time and I just kind of brushed off and went on. When I went back, I found this bag. This was the piece that I really like out of it. A biscuit cutter with that red handle. It's in good shape. I mean, it's not missing hardly any paint. And then one of these, I got a whole bunch of these kind of cookie cutters. Just that cheap aluminum type. Excuse me. This one will be good for Christmas. Just take it out and put in a little vignette somewhere. It's a little gingerbread man cookie cutter. My mother had one of these. I have one, but the one I have doesn't have the teeth. I have one now with teeth. My mom, though, I think she wore hers out. But she would use this to chop up like boiled eggs or onions or whatever needed a lot of chopping. That's what she used hers for. So there's that. And there's a whole poker set. What do you call those in the cards? It's the like the club, whatever it is. The suit, spade, heart, and the diamond. I thought these were cookie cutters at first, and when I got home and looked at them, I said they're not cookie cutters. They're something you would probably bake something in, or like a mold for Jello or whatever. You could probably use them as cookie cutters, just press them down. But I don't know what I'll do with them. They're kind of cute, and you could decorate with them, I guess, if you don't want to use them. But the one thing that I really liked, I like this for the idea for Christmas, and I like this. So that bag was marked at 8, but we're going to show you at the end how much. This was one of those little ranch style houses. It had the carport, and on the end of the carport was the little room where you would keep the washer and dryer and some storage. And this was out there. I went out there. I don't think I got any footage. I just was out there briefly looking, but here's the little rooster. I don't think he's special. He's not marked. He had some kind of stickers at one time, but he is filthy. He was $4, but he's probably going to be a paint project. Now, I'll show that last. We got all that already. Okay, now, twice in the videos, you saw me go back to that Christmas room to the linen box. Of course, I found something. I got myself a doily. Right, you know the excuse. I didn't have one like this. I probably don't. Not that I don't have 50 million more that would do the same job, but I don't have one like that. And I haven't collected or I haven't picked up any of these for a minute. I was kind of surprised and happy to find one or two. It's just a little apron. These tapes are very short, and it's a small apron. I don't think I could wear it. But I do like the colors and the pattern on the cloth. I think that's a great springy look, and it'll probably come out at spring to hang on my little hook there. This one will fit me if I wanted it to, if I wanted to use it. And you can tell just by the way of it, it's really, really soft, so it's probably been washed quite a bit. And again, I like the pattern. I like the look of the little flowers. And this has a little triangle pocket. Just cute. There was another one that was like black and red, and it wasn't Christmassy, it was just black and red kind of stuff. I didn't like the look of that one, so I left it. This is, I think, the last thing that we found in the house. I found this set of sheet set, and I thought, I wonder if that would fit our room, or our bed, which is queen. I couldn't find a size, so my husband was there, so let's stretch it out. We did, and he's like, that ain't gonna fit our bed. But he gave the idea it might fit, or it will fit, our guest room bed where I keep my old stuff. That's where his mom sleeps when she comes over and babysits the house for us. So he says, what about that bed? And I'm like, good idea. I really like the pattern, that yellow rose look. I like it. I'm not going to stretch it out. I can't remember who made it. But I like that look. And here is the pillowcases. Now, when we found this and I got excited, as I can use that in the other bedroom, I could not for the life of me find the fitted sheet. So my husband picks this up and he says, maybe this is it. It probably is. I think it's the same pattern. This one is more faded than that one, a lot more faded than that one. And I'm wondering if she used this, a flat sheet, as the fitted sheet. Just tucked it around the ends. So anyway, we picked that up. And then out in the shed, my husband went to the sheds first. There was 2 little sheds out back. This was a little suburb place. Not a lot of backyard. So it had 2 little sheds. My husband went out there and he comes back, oh, there's nothing out there. Don't believe a man at an estate sale. So first, I went in one shed. There was a lady already there. She and I both were using our phones primarily as flashlights because there was no lights out there, no electricity, I'm guessing. There was, they just didn't have it turned on, or I don't know. It was dark, kind of creepy, digging through that stuff because it was dirty. It was old, had been shut up for a minute. And I didn't get any footage of the first time that I went in there. And this is one of the things that I found that time. The first time I went in, I don't know if you can see the little design there because it is so darkly tarnished. But it is a teaspoon. It's one of those long-handled teaspoons again. And that was the only silver thing that I found out there. And then this, I don't think I've ever seen one quite like this. It's an old potato masher, as you can see. But look at that handle. It's got a little bit of red on it, but I don't know that I've ever seen one shaped quite like this. And it is narrow for a potato masher. And this was hanging on the wall. It's a 2-cup flour sifter. It does work. Not that I'm going to be using it because it is rusty. But it was just hanging on the wall out there, so I just picked that up and stuck it in my bag and went on. Anyway, I got through that shed because I didn't get anything in the second shed where that sewing machine was. I went back to the other shed. My husband came in at that point. The lady finally came out, so I went in. I got my phone out, and I was filming a little bit. You can hear me talking to my husband. And then I finally noticed this sitting on the shelf. If it had been a snake, it would have bit me. But there was the other potato masher. You probably saw me pick this one up. And it's green, but it's almost like a green stain to the wood. Not really paint. It's just a green stain. And this one, I told you, was a little bit narrow, and you can see is a lot narrower than this one. So 2 vintage potato mashers out there in that shed. And my husband telling me, oh, there's nothing like that. So, I think that's the whole haul. All of it together was $30. I think it's a pretty dang good price. There's no way I would have gone to an antique store and picked up any of this, all of this, for 30 bucks. Wouldn't have done it. So it was fun to go digging in other people's doily boxes and sheds. I like going to sheds as much as I do the house. Well, not quite as much as the house. But I do find some interesting things sometimes out in those sheds. And I hope wherever you are, you're staying cool. And you're getting out and enjoying the thrift stores and estate sales around your house. So hopefully you have a good weekend and a good week ahead of you. And if you would, please like, subscribe, leave us a comment. We do like reading them. We try to respond to as many as we can. And until next time, stay cool, stay safe, stay thrifting.